So I moved to Prague to study journalism. I feel like Prague is super random, but the best journalism courses and the only journalism courses in Europe were like Prague, Dublin, Brussels. And when I looked at the websites online and like the clubs they had and stuff like that, Prague and Dublin were my favorites, and I didn't end up getting into Dublin because of some math levels. Like my math level wasn't good enough, even though I'm studying journalism. Don't ask. I don't even understand it either. So I ended up in Prague, and it's been honestly a really nice surprise. Roll the tape. Welcome to Vinohrady. This is where I live. It took me a lot of time to manage to say the name of my neighborhood. I cannot say the name of my metro station yet. That shit is hard to pronounce. They have so many V's and Z's and J's in there. It's just so hard to make it sound good to me. So my Czech is still very limited because I know the words, I just don't dare say them out loud because I do not want to be judged by Czech people. So yeah, I'm just an English girl in Prague now. So I really love this neighborhood. I visited a couple neighborhoods before moving in. I really fell in love with this one. I visited it with my mom, and we went to this really cute cafe right next to my apartment that was really affordable and really nice, and that's where I usually go to study now. And this place is full of students and young people like me. There's some cool techno clubs here. There's this European cinema that's really affordable, and I really feel like I found the perfect neighborhood. And next year I'm probably going to be moving out of the apartment I'm in right now and move in with my friends and get an apartment just with my friends and not like some random girls I don't know. Even though my living situation is actually pretty nice. The girls, basically we're in an all girls apartment, no boys allowed. So we're 5 girls in total, and I'm really close with 2 of them, and then the other 2 we don't really see each other that much. Everyone's either working or a student, so we're quite busy, but it's really nice to be living between girls, even though my landlord he's a situation. We're not allowed to have guys in the apartment because he's quite traditional that way, and he's saying that it's not to disturb the other girls, and make sure that they're super comfortable in their apartment. But like, none of us feel like this is a reasonable rule to have. Like, we're adults, and even parents and grandparents, like granddads cannot come into the apartment. They have to stay outside and wait in front of the door. How ridiculous is that? I mean, alors mademoiselle, petit review.
C'est très bon en fait.
C'est très bon, ça s'appelle Cabrito, c'est la tequila du Mexique.
Oui, mais c'est genre imported into Czech Republic. Du coup, je sais pas si c'est très bon, mais bon. C'est pas mal.
Ouais, ça va.
Apparemment.
26€, ça vaut les 26€.
Ouais.
Ouais, je sais pas, moi je m'y connais pas en tequila. Je pense que la tequila de 2€, ça aurait le même goût pour moi qu'une tequila de 26€.
Tequila de 2€, ça existe pas déjà.
C'est une métaphore, mademoiselle.
Bah là, ce week-end dernier, j'en ai vu plusieurs centaines d'euros.
C'est bon, tu arrêtes de te vanter ou...
Bah voilà, 26€, c'est possible.
The most beautiful boy I'd ever seen. Most beautiful boy I'd ever met. My favorite books around the clock. Scars of my knee. I see him behind my lids in a bright gray shirt. I see him tripping, running, falling, covered in dirt. I see a lot of this in his lately.
C'est pareil, gothique baroque. C'est de l'architecture, quoi. Oui. What's the hack? Oh.
Yeah, wait. Get it with a lighter. Oh yeah, I saw that as well. No, I saw like if you put like if you put the fork inside
Tutorial.
the thing, then you can like turn it, but I don't know if it's working.
Oh.
I imagine it could.
Isn't that dangerous? Do you think he would have something?
Yeah, sure. It's a restaurant.
Wow, she's in her element. Oh my god. Where are we? This is crazy.
I think it's supposed to be like a social thing, but if you don't want to
Oui, ça marche. Bravo ma fille. Pat on the head. Vas-y, go. Action.
I'm really nervous now.
It's okay, just hi, my name's Sienna.
Hi, my name's Sienna. Enora and I have been friends for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Right?
How did we meet?
We met through a friend of a friend. She was like, my friend at the time was showing me people from her school, and I was like, oh, Enora's really cute. And then I DM'd you about The Office, even though you haven't even watched The Office. And then I don't know what we talked about from there, but yeah, we kept talking.
What are you doing here?
I'm visiting Enora in Prague. We are in a safe space right now. What do you mean, what am I doing here?
Like you're doing a gap year?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing a gap year. I'm kind of staying with different friends for about a month at a time, except for Enora. But yeah, I'm staying with her for a little weekend because I have nothing better to do. Getting inspired by her art, by her creativity, by her YouTube videos. Might edit a little video of my own if we find some time. Ouais. Voilà. Love you, Enora!
So we are end of November right now, and it's snowing all over Europe. I just saw that it snowed in Paris and stuff, and it's actually been cold here for quite some time now. Like, it's been 0 degrees since, honestly, beginning of November, around 0 to 5 degrees. We have not had snow that whole time, and we finally got some snowflakes this morning, and it's so nice. I mean, it doesn't like settle on the floor, it melts as soon as it hits the floor, but it's still so beautiful. Guys, it's happening. Guys, look at this. It's snowing. Isn't it beautiful? Wait, Edney. Okay, wait. This is a vlog. I want to do a vlog because I haven't introduced anyone from Prague yet.
Yes, I'll be the first.
Be like, hi. Just present yourself.
Hi.
I feel like you're flirting with. I feel like you're flirting with the camera.
Flirting?
Yeah, you're like, hi.
How are you?
So what were we doing? What were we doing tonight?
We were at a fashion show.
Yes, we were.
Are we vlogging?
Yes, we are. Do you want to say something? Present yourself.
Hello. My name is Sola. We are walking.
We are.
Getting a drink.
We're vagabonding.
Like urbanite.
Sydney, we're getting a drink.
Woo! Hearts.
Action.
Voila. Hi guys, we're doing this sort of little podcast thing right now. Oh, my feet. Whoops. I don't want that to be. I already showed too much of my feet on YouTube. No more.
Too much of a lot of things.
What? So yeah, we were just doing this little podcast moment. It's very cozy. We turned some nice little candles on. We had a bath. We're in our PJs. We're feeling comfy and cozy.
I'll give you like a B angle.
It's nice and warm.
We've got a nice little setup. We've got the lotion, the candles, the journals. I actually packed 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 journals with me that I've been
Wow, that is very inspirational.
It's not inspirational. It's
Just
like
writing a
ruining
novel.
my fucking back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I've been
That's
traveling
very
with them
real.
it's been over a month now that I'm just like, je travaille aussi. C'est n'importe quoi.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So we're just gonna do some chit chatting because we think we're really interesting, and we thought the world should see how interesting our conversations are. Because wow, sometimes I'm like,
It's not like
wow.
we talk about hot guys for like 90% of the day.
We've gone back to like Animal Kingdom. We're like hubba hubba. It's a hot guy. We're like animal. You know what I mean?
Everyone's like, wow,
We're
Sienna,
like
you're
humming,
so
humming.
mature. How do you deal with like 18-year-old girls? I'm like, you don't see me when I'm with my girls. Like we were a menace in public, honestly.
Like
We were,
earlier today, I was like,
annoying. I've made animalistic noises when I see a man in
I
a
was
nose
like,
ring.
roar.
I just like sigh, or I was like, c'est dégueulasse. Sorry.
So I have multiple questions in mind. My first one was, so I was talking about this with my friends. Wait, what are you saying? Shh. The floor is mine right now. That's really whoa. I was talking about it with my friends, and I realized that my opinion on this question has changed over time. And I feel like there's no right answer to this question, but it depends on how you view relationships.
Well, in order to answer this question, I'm going to say the thing that you love to hear me say. How do you define cheating? How do you find a relationship? I think it depends. Obviously, the concept of cheating has evolved from the concept of a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
in that case, you also have to define the boundaries of your monogamy. Is it just sexual monogamy? Do you define a kiss as being sexual? And what's the boundary between like a kiss and a makeout?
Oh, true.
I remember being a kid and like going to Kiss and Fly with like my mom and like one of her exes, and it was like called Kiss and Fly, and I was like, oh, but it's just like a quick kiss, it's like a French kiss, and he's like, that's not what French kiss means, and I was like, what does French kiss mean? And he's like, you'll find out when you're at least 15, which is, you were asking like, what are one of my earliest
Did you want a
memories?
French kiss your mom?
Did you say what?
Were you like, we need to kiss?
No, I was just talking about like the concept of a kiss and fly. I was just talking about the concept of a kiss and fly, and I was like, oh yeah, that's for French kissing, right? Because I just thought French kissing was like a bise. Mais en fait, c'est avec la
because
langue.
French et la bise, c'est
Bon.
Okay.
I think French kissing is
Cheating?
Is cheating.
Okay.
But I mean, where do you draw the line? For example, in my favorite movie, The Worst Person in the World, there's a scene about that, like, where do you draw the line? And in that, they exchange cigarette smoke. Like, is that cheating? You know, they drink from each other's beer, they like pee in front of each other. Is that cheating?
That is intimate. That's interesting.
It's very intimate.
It's interesting. Like,
But
because intimacy obviously isn't just only kissing, and you can cheat through other ways.
And
It just depends how jealous the person is.
Right. If you come home to your partner after having such an intimate experience and like not telling them about it, then I guess
in that way you feel guilty and you
cheating. I mean, I guess it depends on the feeling of guilt.
But I was thinking, like, okay, you have a part. I mean, I was mostly thinking actually about my situation. But like,
you haven't even defined your relationship.
I know, but I was thinking
terms.
if we dated, like if we made it official with my love interest, but he doesn't live where I live. He lives in another fucking country. And then one day I'm at a club and I'm a bit drunk and I'm feeling myself and there's a cute guy and I kiss the cute guy, but then I never see the cute guy again. It doesn't mean anything.
You're so French.
No, but it's true.
It's
like,
true that
I'm not gonna be like, oh, what could have been.
Well,
like,
it depends on the boundaries of the relationship. I don't think it. Yeah, I literally did just say it depends on the feeling of guilt, but I think it depends on the boundaries of the relationship, right? Like if you agree to a monogamous relationship and then you directly go against that agreement, then
yeah, you have to define that when you start dating. I guess I think it depends on the relationship.
You think if you got in a relationship with this guy, you could be like, hey, by the way, like sometimes when I get drunk and I go to clubs in Prague, I want to make out with guys. Like, is that cool with you? He'll be like, yeah, totally. He'll be like, oh yeah, that's all good.
That'd be great though if he was.
It's just not him, boo.
No, it's not him. Yeah, maybe I'm asking for something that's a bit crazy.
But maybe that can also be one of your standards.
But honestly, with what I'm saying right now, I would have never ever said when I was younger. Like this recently until like saying probably a year ago, like that kissing isn't cheating.
Oh. Because you were very monogamous.
And yeah, and I think it's also because I've been kissing more. No, but like before I didn't kiss that many people. Like I hadn't kissed many people. So when I did kiss someone, it meant something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And now I don't associate kissing someone with obviously being like soulmates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think kissing can be very carefree and very fun.
But that's what we were talking about, like the idea of pleasure and not feeling guilty about wanting to just enjoy something just for the pleasure part with no strings attached, no expectations.
I mean, I don't think you can ever
no responsibility.
There's always strings attached. Always, always, always. In everything in life.
But if you go to a club and you kiss someone, but you don't tell each other your name, you don't exchange Instagrams, like...
Yeah, but then what are the boundaries? What if you go to like a sex party and you like get fucked by a stranger? You don't know
sex to me is too far. Mostly because women, I mean, I feel like women can't have sex without it meaning more. Yeah. It's hard for us not to get attached compared to men. So, no sex would not be...
Okay, but what about like, again, where do you draw the line? What about like touching?
Making out.
Can you like put your hand on their like
jawline? If you're making out, yeah.
Okay, what about their hand on your boobs? What about under the boob? You know, like, how do you...
That's true.
How do you define that? I mean, I have thought about that. When I was younger, I used to think, like, I could only be in a polyamorous relationship.
Really?
Like, for me, the idea of monogamy was so absurd and, like, limiting, whatever. And now I'm thinking about it, and it sounds like so much work. Because at the end of the day, we are really living in a society. It's overwhelming. Yeah, and I think our society is really built for monogamy. It's very overwhelming. And we see it all around us. So you're saying you think it's overwhelming? That's not my reasoning necessarily.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Why do you think it's overwhelming?
Well, because when I was seeing two guys, I thought it was overwhelming.
It's a lot. Okay, I
think it's a lot. It's like, okay, I have to think about going on a date with him, and going on a date with him. I'm like, oh.
Get head from this one, have an orgasm from this one.
and then like when... Oops. And then when that one time they happened to both show up at my flat at the same time.
You're so Carrie.
That was fun.
Yeah, that sounds... We have to line up the schedules, share a Google Calendar. That's crazy.
Yep. That's kind of it. You have to be super trusting. I mean, you have to be in a relationship where you really, set.
I think it goes back to what I was saying. Like when I was younger, I wanted my expectations of a relationship to be of that absolute trust and of not letting jealousy get in the way of anything. But is it possible? That's the thing. I don't know if it's possible. I mean, I think it might be possible, but it takes like a fuck ton of work. And like it's like you were saying, it's like overwhelming.
Yeah, it's draining kind of, I guess.
But I think it can also be draining to uphold monogamy, and it can take a lot of energy to be like, no, I can't cheat, I can't cheat, I can't cheat. And then a lot of that energy might actually take away from your like primary partner, you know?
Yeah, maybe it's just too much work.
I think there is a lot of growth to be had in like sitting with the feeling of like, oh, what if he's making it with someone else? Like you were saying, like you want that freedom, but you don't want to let him have that freedom.
It's quite interesting.
Working through that could be really powerful for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to work through that? I don't know.
Honestly, it'd be something to work on. That'd be very interesting. But so you were saying that you wanted to be polyamorous before, like that was your ideal. So what's your ideal now?
Right now, what I really want to work towards is like understanding what it means to be a lover.
Oh.
We talk a lot about like situationships in our generation, and I think that's like the least romantic word we can have for something that could be so beautiful, you know? But I also found myself getting rather attached to people and wanting to be very sulky and like, oh my god, but like you're not, we're not going to be in a relationship, so what are you doing? How dare you treat me this way? But actually, if I accept the boundaries of sort of a lover relationship, that's something more fluid, and that I'm still a single woman, you know, that I still need to take care of myself and not like give all of my love and all of my intimacy to the relationship, then I think there can be something really beautiful and something like that. And it's like in that Hitomi video we were watching where she's like, yeah, I don't have the capacity to really be in a like committed relationship, but there's a lot of beauty in sharing intimacy with new people, and sharing.
So do you feel like her as in you don't have the capacity right now to be in a relationship? Committed relationship?
I mean, I guess I don't have the capacity, and that I'm traveling. There's not really a person who's like trying to be in a committed relationship with me. I'm not interested in a long distance relationship. I think it would take a lot.
Because of the circumstances currently. But I was thinking also of that idea where you're like, oh, I'm not ready to commit right now, but like, does that depend on your options? Like, if you find the right person, will that change? You know what I mean?
I mean, like if I found the right person tomorrow, like the love of my life, I met tomorrow, where does this love live? And like, how, like, do they have a job for me? How much money do they have? When are we getting married? Like, I don't know. I also have like a life to live, and I don't know where I'm gonna live. Maybe if I had like a stable apartment, it would be easier for me. Maybe this is a very romantic view of it, but I think romance should be romantic. So yeah, I think when you're with the right person and you're in the right moment and you're falling in love, it feels so natural to want to be committed, and at least for me right now, to be monogamous as well. And I think we should follow that sort of natural feeling instead of telling ourselves, oh, this person checks these boxes and therefore I should want to be committed to them. And I think there's a lot to be learned from a more relaxed view on it and seeing where you can actually meet each other. I've also been thinking about that a lot, where like there's a lot of things that, for example, you and I won't agree on. And it's really easy to get hung up on all of those little ways that we won't agree, or like, what if
it's like we have nothing in common, like we don't agree on this, we don't agree on this, but we have nothing in common.
Yeah, or like, it's hard to have a conversation with you about this or this or this. But like, what can we actually talk about? And focusing on that. And maybe in your like romantic relationships, like, okay, maybe we can't be in a committed relationship right now, but what can we actually enjoy?
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because then, it kind of darkens the whole positive aspect of it when you think only about that.
Yeah.
And we tend to get hung up on that.
It's very easy for us to focus on that, but actually when you just shift the focus, there's so much beauty to be had. So yeah.
Did you ever love bomb? Like I heard that expression recently, like love bombing, and I feel like that now sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, I have so much to love to give right now. I really want to tell people how much I love them and stuff. And like I heard about it negatively though, so I was like,
yeah, love bombing is more of like a therapy term that's now gotten like sort of used online. Love bombing is like a trait of narcissists.
Yeah, right. It is.
So I hope
that's not me.
I don't think I've done that.
But like, wait, is it toxic to do that? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can talk about love bombing and sort of narcissists, and then we can also say like love bombing like behavior, where it's like you're just being overwhelmingly loving in one moment.
Yeah, I feel like the honeymoon phase is love bombing.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry, but like that's
yeah.
You're just like, oh my god, you're obsessed with each other.
Yeah,
It's normal.
I think that's another thing where we can. It'd be nice to find the sweet spot where we can like appreciate the honeymoon phase and also take enough distance from it where we're like, I know this isn't gonna last forever. I know I'm only seeing the best of a person.
Any advice? Anything? Any wise words that you have collected recently?
And I guess what I was just saying is like, see where you can meet someone, see how much you can actually give to the relationship and what is real instead of like love and dreams, you know? Certain things. I think all humans have a lot of things in common. I don't think you have to be the same person.
Because I was dating someone who I was totally opposite with, and it was really hard for me. We had nothing in common, and I told him that I was like that kind of scares me. Like we disagree about everything.
Oh, you disagreed. I think there's a difference between having nothing in common and disagreeing.
No, but both. I was like, what could we do an activity in common? Like nothing. But seriously, I was thinking about it for like a couple, like I think an hour. I was like, nothing. I mean, it was like seriously. It was kind of an argument, so I was like, we have nothing in common. Like literally, it's not normal. And he was like it's not a problem. Like opposites attract, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like you still need some.
I think you and I have a lot of things in common. We also have certain things that are not.
No, but we're still a person.
Yeah, but honestly, I think someone who's too similar to you would not be attractive, especially sexually. Like for a sexual or romantic relationship, I think you do need to have those differences to polarize the dynamic.
I think when you do go on a first date, you're not looking to like ask if you have the same maturity level, you know? You're looking for the little things, like the music taste in common. But it's actually kind of fun to find that you have things in common like over time, over like things that are deeper, you know?
Yeah,
that
like
builds
the way that
the relationship to be like, oh my
god,
we're similar in that way.
Yeah, I think that's really nice.
That's really fun.
Same for us. Yeah, I found myself asking someone recently, like, what things do we have? What differences do we have? And I think also asking about differences is really interesting because we have so much to learn from the ways that people are different.
I feel like we only talk about things we have in common with people.
Yeah, but I think, for example, earlier I was talking about how it's easier for you to argue about yourself and to stand up for yourself. I think we have so much to learn from our differences, whereas our similarities is just kind of like, oh my god, we're so similar. I'm just jerking off. I'm so good. Like,
on this note, we're nearly done with our time on my memory card's gonna be full.
Yeah, it's a great way to end it.
Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Peace, peace.